Hello, I'm Marco, and I welcome you back to our series How to Develop a Very Simple System. In our last video, we have tried to depict the picture you see here. For that, we have created device templates. We have created port content, and we have linked the port content to the hardware ports. We have created the device instances from the device template, and we created the links between the ports, the buses. What we want to do now is to put on it. We are going to define parameters for information exchange between the devices. We will define their inter-device relation, the so-called logical link. And in the end, we're going to assign this logical link to one or more buses, the physical link. Let's start with the definition of the parameters. Let's step over to dBricks. We're going to start in the device template we already have defined in the last video. In the device template, we have functions. Parameters are hosted by a function, so we can define several functions to separate parameters according their function or their assignment. I will now create a new function called function. You can see it here in our picture, and as we are in our template, it will be a template for this function, for that function, and for that function. Accordingly, I will define as well the O pitch parameter as the I pitch parameter. I enter the function to the parameters and add an output pitch parameter called O pitch with a direction output with a unit degree, the data type short, for example, a physical minimum of -90 degree and a physical maximum of +90 degree. Accordingly, I also add an input pitch parameter, direction input with the same unit degree, the same data type short, as well a physical minimum of 90 and a physical maximum of 90. To make the parameter available on a hardware bus, it is necessary to assign it to a port content which is linked to a hardware bus. So our next step is to link the parameter to the port content. This is also a step we do in the device template in the port contents. There we already have a port content which is linked to a hardware bus, port A. We will reuse this port content and change it accordingly to hold our parameter. So we use this existing data set here and put in our O pitch parameter. Now our port content is holding the O-pitch parameter and is therefore linked with it, and the port content is linked with the hardware bus, which means in the end that the O-pitch parameter is available for this hardware bus. Finally, we have the need to create the logical relation between the output pitch parameter of the function in the device A and the input pitch parameters in the device B function and the device C function. This is a relation we have to create not on template level, but in our project level. And that's why we go over to our dBricks project. We have to enter our devices and start with device A. There we have the functions, our parameters. Please remember, I created them in the function. And here we have the dialog parameters with links. It provides us the ability to link existing parameters. Device A is the source device, which means it creates the output pitch parameter, which have to be linked to the input pitch parameters for device B and device C. Therefore, we choose output pitch and link it. We choose the device to link. We choose the function of this device, which is also the function called function. And we choose the linked parameter. Here we only have one chance, so it is automatically pre-filled. Our source port is port A, our destination port is port B, and the container was called hello. We do the same for the second device. So we choose device C with the linked functions called function. The parameter is iPitch, and save it. Now we have created the logical link between the device A function to the device B function by linking output pitch with input pitch. And we created the logical link between device A function and device C function also by linking output pitch with input pitch. As we have now defined the parameters for the information exchange, their relation between the devices, the so-called logical link, and we have assigned this logical link to the physical bus, the so-called physical link. We have now all data available for exporting them to dedicated reports, for example, an interface control document. All system data can now be exported to any format. Our next video will deal with the export of an interface control document filled with a given database data. So please come back and watch our video. Thank you for watching our video series how to develop a very simple system. Bye bye.